Alright, so I got my Mckinley 2 tent set up. As you can probably tell by the wind, as you can hear it on the phone, no doubt. It's fairly windy out. I'm in a small droke of trees here. I got the coastline right behind me. I could do pretty much a 360 here. As you can see, no fences around me. And I am just going to hunker down now and I guess relax, I guess. So I'm setting up my tent in a little small lee, just about 6 feet that direction. Behind that camera is an opening where the wind is just blowing like mad. So given the fact that the wind's only going to increase, I'm going to set up the tent here and see how it handles throughout the night. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to have the remains of a seagull keeping me company throughout the night. So who knows what animals and creatures that will bring as I sleep tonight. Things I do. Yeah, so here I am inside my tent. Pretty much got it all set up here now. I think it'll be fine for tonight. We'll see how it goes. It is fairly windy, but yeah, I think I got a few flies in here too now. But it should be fine. And I'm gonna set up a sleeping bag now and just get myself kind of comfortable, sit back and relax. So yeah, let's see how this goes. This is my old thermarest here. I've had this now since the 90s, so that'll tell you. I have no idea what the R rating is on this, so don't ask. Hey everyone. So yeah, so here I am. It's now just a little bit after midnight. I just finished a live show on Instagram. I had a couple of great guests come on. I had Adventures with Conrad, and I had Sparrow Bushcraft come and join me, and I burned up pretty much all my data on my live show, so it was kind of fun. So here I am in the Mckinley 2 tent. It's a very windy night. The wind is still roughly gusting 70 kilometers an hour, and but the tent is holding up quite well. I had a couple of really important learning lessons with this tent. Number one, it was relatively easy to set up in the wind. I was expecting to have some trouble, but I didn't. It set up really, really easy, so I was happy about that. This tent is very dependent on proper tent peg placement, all right? Especially if you have the fly installed, which is what I do. The corners of the tent, not a big issue, all right? Because if you're inside, the weight of the tent keeps everything down. So it's not that big of a deal. But they're all pegged down. Two on each end, the front and the fore and the aft end of this tent, you have your main guidelines. They have to be on securely and tight to help keep the tent from rocking too much and collapsing in on itself. So that was kind of important to have there. As you can see, everything's going pretty good. But what is most important, which I'm discovering, is on each side of the tent there's a vestibule. So you can get in or out on either side, it doesn't matter. and the fly goes out and connects and pins to the ground outside, probably about 2 feet, 2.5 feet away from the tent on an angle. The thing is that vestibule is important for the stability of the tent. So if that's not secure, the tent lateral motion back and forth is pretty bad. So right now with the ground that I'm on a bed of heather right now. So, and the vegetation is about 6 to 8 inches thick. 6 to 8 inches thick. So I had to get the tent peg down through all that vegetation and then into the soil. And the soil that I'm on right now is pretty rocky and stony. So to get the tent, the edge of that vestibule out where it needs to be in the right area was really difficult with the tent pegs. So I had to do some jerry rigging with some extra guy wires, or guy lines, sorry. And to get it secure, and it's not as secure as I would like it to be, but given the fact that it is 70 kilometers of wind gusting out there, I'm quite happy with it now. But this tent is very dependent on peg placement, which I think is kind of a bad design. I think it should be a little, with those two, like if you don't have the, if you do not have the fly attached to this, first of all, you're going to have wind blowing through this tent like crazy. But you can't adjust the edge of where the vestibules come down. You can't adjust it. It has to be at a certain angle, at a certain area, because the way it's designed. So you can't adjust that. So if you're in a bad spot and you're having issues, it's very difficult to get the tent peg in the right area without doing some fandangling. So it's a lesson that I learned. Overall, I would give this tent probably a 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10 stars. It's certainly not a 4-season tent, but it's a good 3-season tent. I like it. A little heavy for just for one person. Lots of room in this tent, and with 2 people, it would be still comfortable. Lots of foot room or headroom. So yeah, so that's something to think about. I appreciate everyone watching, and swing by my Instagram and check out my content there. I want to be doing more testing, so if you got any suggestions, leave a comment, a like, subscribe, follow, whatever you got to do, and let me know. Much appreciated. All right, guys, I'm going to go to bed and hopefully don't blow away. Good night, all. Thanks. Oh, good morning. I did not sleep well at all. It was ripping and roaring here last night at around 3:30, 3:45. Just wind was howling. The tent was rocking. Anyway, I'm gonna, sounds like it's died down a bit now. I'm gonna try to go get some more sleep now. But it was an interesting night, and I had a lot of fun. So, oh God, I'm tired. I'm sleepy now, for sure. I only got probably 2 hours at the most. Less. Here I am. Oh, and the flies are out. Oh, right off the get-go, flies. As you can see, that's where I stayed right there. For those we were talking about hammocks last night. As you can see, all this is Tuckamore. All All right, Tuckamore, you can't, obviously you can't use hammocks in Tuckamore. It's impossible. But yep, this is the town of Flat Rock that's behind me, all up through there. And I'm on what's called the Beamer, which is one of the more popular places to climb and rock climb in Newfoundland, actually. On the southern side here, it's all vertical drops. Granite, big granite walls, right? Very interesting. Warm out already, man. It's flies. Oh gosh, the flies. Great. Anyway, time to get going. So I'm all packed up, ready to start moving again now. And I was going to stop and have breakfast, but as you can tell, I got a lot of flies around me, and they're pretty miserable. I don't know if you can see the sun behind me, but the flies here are absolutely wicked. So I'm just going to start making my way out and get rid of, try to get rid of these flies, because it's pretty bad. But anyway, this is Locke Outdoors. Overall, I'm happy with the Mckinley tent. I say 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Look at that. Look at that sun, eh? Pretty cool. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time. Take care.